Hi, and welcome to this Made by Movement class for Best Athletics. This is a Pilates class for runners. So today we're going to be working on things like the core, so core strength, abdominal strength, and unilateral strength. So both of those are really important for runners. Obviously, as you know, core strength, impacts everything. Our core is active when our legs are active, our arms are active during our breath. So it's going to help with better breath work, better stability, better control, and better posture when we're running. Because when the core starts to fatigue, our whole form will break apart. And then we'll also be working on unilateral strength, so single leg strength and control. So control and power are very different, and that's where sometimes people are lacking. So let's get into it. You don't need any equipment today, but I do have two bands here. So one is a woven band, which is quite strong, and then one is just a light TheraBand type. So there are two options that I've got for two different kind of exercises. You could just use one, like a light band, or medium band throughout the whole thing, or you don't need any, to be honest. The original class I made was for no band, but I just thought, I know you guys are all really strong, so have an option for a band. So this first exercise, we will use a band if you would like. You're gonna take your band and put it around your thighs, and we're gonna just roll down onto our back. Feet are gonna be hip distance apart, relaxing into the shoulders. Girls, if you understand like ponytail issues, where do I put it? Now make sure your knees aren't dropping together. Palms toward the sky, ribs pull down. And we're just going to inhale, bridge up. And then exhale, drop the back, drop the hips. Inhale, lift the hips, lift the back, squeezing into the glutes. You shouldn't feel this into the lower back. And exhale, lower down. Let's start the timer here. Inhale and exhale. And so you should start to feel it into the glutes. If you're feeling it into the quads, some people do feel a little bit more quad dominant in this position. So either go into a bit of a smaller range or try to adjust your feet in or out. That might sometimes help. Inhale and exhale. Palms toward the sky, so we're not gripping into the mat here. We'll go for 5, 4, 3, and we're going to hold at the top, 2, and 1. Hold at the top for me. And again, this could be super high. This might be a little bit lower depending on your back comfort. And let's go into some pulses. So we'll just go for 10, 9, right at the top range, 6, 5, 4. Oh, I really feel that. 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, lower down, hug those knees in. Excellent work. Take that band off. Just chuck it to one side for me. Maybe drop the knees left. Drop the knees right. You probably could hear my back popping. Oh. Okay. And so if this next one is too challenging for you or you're working through an injury, just go back to double leg with the band or not the band. But we're going to have our right leg down first, left leg toward the sky or out a little bit in front of you depending on your hamstring length. And we're just going to inhale, rise up, exhale, lower down for 8, 7, 6, 5, relaxing into the shoulders, 4, ribs pull down, 3, belly button to spine, 2, 1, hold at the top, and we're going to point the toe and flex it so our thighs are even, point and flex, keep on going. If you get messed up with the feet, which I literally always do, don't worry. We'll go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop both feet and lower down. Side to side. Excellent work, everybody. Okay, same thing on the other side. And again, you might be able to do one side versus the other a little bit better. So just adjust if you need to, depending on injury or weaknesses. Foot up. Rise up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, Try not to use the arms to press up. So if you're finding that you are, bring your arms up. 5, 4, or crossed if that makes you feel more comfortable. 3, 2, and 1. Hold, flex the foot, lower down, point back up. The arms away from the ground really does add a bit of stability issues here, or challenge, I guess I should say. Keep those pelvis flat, so we don't want it wobbling all around like that. And last one, both feet down, lower down. Drop those knees side to side. Okay. Whew. Now, we have two options. You can either put your hands behind your head for this, or you can reach your hands forward. I prefer hands behind my head just because otherwise my neck muscles when I'm doing abs, they just take over. I don't know why. So I'm going to bring my chin towards my chest. I'll try not to disturb the mic too much here. And we're going to bring our knees above the hips. So we're in this kind of tabletop abdo prep position. And we're just going to hold. And then after we feel comfortable, we're not feeling it in the lower back, we're feeling it across the lower abdominals. We just drop both feet, pick them back up. The focus is real. Good, keep on going. Try not to get that big arch. You just want to be neutral, so not too tucked and not too arched, right in the middle. We'll go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whoo, lower down. Maybe hug those knees in. And this is going to transition us into our next exercise. So it's going from a hug, but we're going to have our head up. Now, if this is going to be too much, you can do it with the head down or kind of rest with the head down position. But let's bring our head up. And then what we're going to do is reach those hands out, and either the hands are going to go forward or back, and then hug in. Depends on, obviously, your shoulders, so just keep that in mind. Again, try not to use the lower back, so we're using our abdominals. Our pelvis is in neutral, ribs pull down. We're not using that neck to the best of your abilities. We'll go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And roll up to sitting. Well done. I'm sweating. A long sleeve shirt today was not advisable. Okay. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to take our hands behind us, just as a little bit of an intermediate, stretch the abs a little bit before we go back into some more. Hands behind, wrists are under shoulders. Now you have two options here. Your legs can be out, which is a bit harder, or your legs can be feet down. So we'll start with legs out, and then you can see it's just basically a reverse plank. So press into the bum, drop the head, squeeze into the bum, lift, 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 ribs pull down, inhale, and exhale, lower down, hug into the knees. Good, it's always good to stretch the abs out and kind of do a counter pose. These kind of counter poses, especially in Pilates and yoga, can be really helpful in the middle of like ab work or glute work because they kind of reset everything and you can kind of tell, oh, you know, I'm really compensating here, or things like that. Okay, so let's lay back down on our back. We've got 2 more ab things. So we're going to go into what I call scissors. And so we're going to, again, you could have your head down for this if this is where you are in your level. Right knee into the chest, left leg out. And let's just do a stretch here first. But this is the beginning of our scissor pose. And you're just gently holding on the top of the thigh. And so we'll inhale, bring our chin up, just like we did before into abdo prep. Ribs pull down, and then switch. And then switch. Good, we'll go for 10, 9, 8, keep that control, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop both feet, maybe hug those knees, maybe drop them side to side. There's no right or wrong here, really. Move the wrists around. Excellent work. Okay, now you can go back into that one and we can repeat that one a second time if you found that really challenging, because there's no point in progressing if, you know, other things are taking over and it's causing you backache and things like that. So if you want to stay there, great. If you don't, let's straighten out this leg. And this also might be down to mobility. Straighten that leg. And this is scissors level 3. So you switch and switch and switch and switch. So it's active range of motion into the hamstrings, and also the abs. Will go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug those knees in and lower down. Well done. Okay. And now let's hug into our knees and just roll to sitting. Okay. So, I don't know if you guys can see the amount of dog hair I've got on my leggings, but don't judge me. In the summer, my dog just sheds. So, moving on from that, feet are going to be down for this. And you could have your hands behind you initially just to kind of like set your feet right, but you'll need them off the mat. So, hands across. So you can either hold opposite elbows, hands almost like holding the center. I just find this a bit easier and it keeps my shoulders a bit more square. You're going to bring your pelvis almost like tilted. So you're not tucking and rolling down like this. And this is just going to help you keep upright slightly. And we're just going to rotate. Exhale and inhale. Good. You should feel your obliques. So some good rotation here, but while we're controlling it. Inhale and exhale. Keep on going for me. Good. We'll go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, good. Give your knees like kind of a hug, stretch. And again, we're going to progress. So this next set, it might be a little bit more challenging, so you can always go back to what we just did. Okay, so that is going to be either foot up or 2 feet up, arms crossed, and we rotate. If you're finding your back is taking over halfway through, just drop 1 foot. We'll go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug into those knees. Good job. Okay. And then this is just for a bit of fun, but I really like this. And it challenges your upper body as well, which even though it's not maybe the legs are doing the running, the upper body also needs to be strong to maintain a good position. So wrists are underneath the shoulders, and let's just see if we can do this. So we're going to see if we can, and you can have your feet bent as well, but you're just going to see if you lift your bum and then go into this reverse tabletop. Finding the right footing is always the hardest. Moving the bum through the legs. Squeeze, press. Good, we'll go for 1 more. Pull. Squeezing the abs. Oh, my bum's gotten stuck. Yeah. Good job. Okay, just a bit of fun, you know. Okay, and so now we're going to come into this side lying position. We could put our hands underneath our waist here. I'm going to put my hand on my head just to talk to you, but you don't have to do that. So we're going to start with just some foot pulses. And again, lifting that waist will be really helpful when it comes to feeling that isolate through the hip. Inhale and exhale. Focus on your breath. And don't worry if your range isn't huge. Actually, it won't be huge the more you isolate. Good job. Good. We'll go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to bend into that knee, kick forward and back. Kick forward and back. So now keeping the straight leg. We'll go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Okay, straighten out that leg. And let's point the toes, and we're going to just make circles backwards. The harder that you're going to have to work into the glute to control it. Good. Keep going backwards, and then eventually we'll switch to forwards. Good. Good. Inhale, remember to lift that waist. Or at least that's the sensation you're giving, and you'll notice actually your glute takes over loads more. We'll go for 5 backwards, and then we'll switch forwards. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now go forwards. Ooh, good. Keep on going. Good. We'll go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness. Okay, and now let's come back up onto our elbow here, okay? And we're going to come into a side plank. Now, if this is too much on the elbow, you can go to the wrist. I find it actually a lot more comfortable on the elbow, but whatever is best for you. Okay, and we're up here in our side plank, and just hold. You can bring this hand up toward the sky. Inhale and exhale. I'm falling behind. Good. Keep on holding. And on your next exhale, we're going to lower the bum and lift it. Make sure the elbow is right underneath the shoulder. Makes you feel like you're running away with yourself if it's not. We'll go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come into a plank. Good. Holding here, taking little rest quotes. And then let's look at our feet. Nope, look at our hands. Bend our knees. Jump with our feet to our hands, coming into this low yogic squat. So just coming into a bit of a stretch here. Now, if this is not where as low you can get, just get as low as you feel comfortable. Inhale and exhale. And we're going to bring our feet a little bit farther in as we stand, coming into a squat. Hands on the hips, and we're going to pulse. Now, this is another one that if you want to grab your band, you can. You can grab the heavy or the light. Just adds a little bit of resistance. But No need if you don't want to. Good. We'll go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Just standing up. Keep that band there. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Stretching into those hamstrings. Good. Okay, let's go in a bit of a reverse here. So take off that band if you have it. Bend into this yogic squat. Good. And then we'll do a little bit of a maneuver. Sit down, lie on the left side. Oh. Good. Hips are stacked, knees are stacked, ankles are stacked. Now, one side might be really different than the other, so just be mindful of that. Waist is rising up. Straight leg, and you can keep this leg bent or straight. I'm going to keep it bent on this side because this side's a little bit weaker, I think. Hands in front or hand on the hip. In front will give you a little bit more stability. And let's tap. Now remember, you won't have a huge range of motion, especially if you're isolating correctly. You should start to feel it here. Inhale and exhale. Good. We'll go for 8, 7, 6. Can you remember what we do next? 5, 4, 3. Keep that waist up. 2, 1. Just bend the knee to transition and kick forward and straight. A little bit of hip flexion here. Keep that control, try not to move the lower body. Good job. We'll go for 8, 7. This is just more time. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold that if you can. Point the toes, backward circles, making it as small and controlled as you can. Again, waist is off the mat. You can put your hand underneath. I always have to keep reminding myself. Good. Ooh. Good. We'll go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and forward for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then another 8, 1, 8, 7, 6, 5. I'm so mean, I know. 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh. This one killed me. Okay, side plank. Left elbow down. And again, hips up, hold. Now, if this is too hard for you, you can stop in the middle. What we want is the obliques to be taking over, but if it's going from somewhere else, obviously we don't want that. So just stop, give yourself a break if you need to, and then rise back up. And let's go into side drops for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plank. Ooh, that was less graceful than the other side. Hold. Bend into the knees, look at the hands, jump up, come into this low yogic squat. turn and grab that band if you want for in a moment when we get into our squat pulses. I am so sweaty. Good job, everybody. Okay, bring the feet slightly and stand on up into that squat position and start your pulsing. Get that band on. Ribs pull down. We're not pushing the bum out too far. We're tucking it in. Excellent. Keep on going. We'll go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And roll forward, forward fold. Either hands on the legs or grabbing opposite elbows. And roll back up. Okay, now step to the back of your mat here. And now you can keep the band on. I've got quite a loose band, so it'll be fine. But if yours is really, really tough, take it off. So we're gonna go into 4 lunges. Feet hip distance apart, hands on the hips, lunge forward and push back. Only going to a comfortable height for the knee. You should feel controlled. Knee is going toward the second and third toe. Control down, strong press up. So a slow down, eccentric power press up. This tempo is actually one of the tempos that we use in tendon rehab because it, in research, is fairly effective. There is some debate among that, but they think that this is one of those tempos that eccentric strength works really well to rehab tendons. Good, couple more. We'll go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Okay, well, we're getting close to the end here. So before we finish with some stretches, let's come into a comfortable seated position. So I'm gonna sit on my heels, but you don't have to. You can just sit, cross-legged or whatever. And I'm gonna bring my hands out in a T position, and we're just going to almost pulse them. If you've got weights like a 1 kilogram, this would be perfect to use. I'm just gonna go with my body weight, but yeah, it's up to you. Relaxing down the shoulders, tucking in the pelvis, pulling down the ribs, and just slightly activating the core here, relaxing through the neck and the jaw. You should feel it right on the caps of the shoulders here. Good job. I am so sweaty. I'm sorry if you can see that. I mean, I guess I'm not sorry, but don't be looking disheveled. Good. And now let's do the opposite. So palms up. Excellent. Keep on going if you can. And then let's add down, up, down, up. Go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Good. Okay, so we've got a couple minutes left, so let's just go into some neck stretches. So let's bring, and you can come into a bit more comfortable position. Let's bring the chin to the chest. And then right ear to right shoulder. Feeling that all the way down this left side. And then bring it almost in the middle of the chest and the shoulder. And let's just make tiny nods, and you'll feel it all the way through into the upper trap. Just be gentle. This can be quite intense. Good job. Remembering to relax this left shoulder away and go back down through the center of the chest. Maybe noticing one side feels a little bit different. And then let's go to left ear to left shoulder, relaxing down the right. And then go in the middle and start to nod. This kind of mobility is just really, really helpful. Static stretching isn't as helpful as you might think, and it actually just needs to be gently moved and stretched, and with that, range of motion should come. But it is hard, especially when, you know, a lot of us work at desks, and then we go straight out to do something like running, and sometimes our body can have a real issue with that lack of progression. You know, we're really strict in running with, you know, 10% progression per week or whatever, but we don't actually take time to progress into our running or, you know, properly warm up our body and build into that intensity. So sometimes we just get really tight and painful. Ah, well done. Okay, look up toward the sky, make a couple of neck rolls as long as this feels okay into the neck. Excellent. Ah, well done, everybody. I will leave class there. I hope you all enjoyed, and yeah, you got something out of that. If you would like to learn more about, you know, the things we discussed today, like, you know, tendon rehab, or more Pilates classes that are focused for runners, more yoga classes, you know, more physio education videos that are made by physios, then please check out Made by Movement. It's madebymovement.org, and because you're with the Best Athletics Running Group, you've got a discount code, which you can find in your community chat or on the website. Okay, thank you so much, and I hope to see you again. Bye.